So 16 scripts?
Yeah, many of them terrible, but slowly increasing quality.
Uh-huh, uh-huh.
Yeah.
Can you talk about your process there? I mean, when we spoke earlier, you were talking about horrendous writing hours.
Yeah. When I first moved out to LA, I was living on savings, and I wrote, I don't know, I think 6 or 7 days a week, 16 hours a day for 2 years or 2.5 years or something like that. And it was all terrible. I mean, none of those scripts are worth anything at this point, but the learning curve was good. Yeah, and initially I was writing one of every genre. I just wasn't sure what I wanted to do exactly. So I was like, I would do a rom-com, and I would do a biopic, and a thriller or whatever. But slowly I started to realize, oh no, I prefer science fiction. I like thrillers. I like action. And I don't know, got close to selling a few scripts, but I always wrote to direct, so I was never really gunning to become a writer, like a paid writer. I guess I did a little paid writing, but yeah, I guess I was always just trying to write the smart indie that would allow me to get money for my next movie. Let's see, I mean, I started out obviously just working in the industry, and I was so, this is all painful territory you're dragging me into, Frederick. No, when I first got out there, I was really afraid of taking stuff out. I wanted to make a good impression right out of the gate, and so I waited years before I took a script really out into the industry. When it came really go time for something like this, luckily I had a producer who had produced a bunch of music videos and commercials in the industry and was super connected, and he knew a casting director, Rick Montgomery, who casts all of the Farrelly Brothers movies, among other things. And he read the script and really liked it. And so through people like that, I started getting meetings, here and there. But again, I wasn't really fundraising at that point. It was more just trying to get cast, I guess, was the key thing. Because once you get the cast attached, then all of a sudden everything starts to kind of come together.
Right.
But yeah, I can't say that I'm like a poster child for great networking in LA or even, figuring out, like, for me, it just became apparent if you write something that's of a reasonable quality, it will start to open doors that just weren't there before, basically.
So how many iterations of this script did you go through, and
right.
What made you feel this was the time, or was it because you had the money, or?
Right. So, well, Cooper and I basically, my partner BP Cooper, who co-wrote this and produced it, we just decided, man, enough's enough, we need to make a movie, and he took 6 months off producing commercials, and I told my video game company I was going to take a hiatus from that, and we just started we had a script we had already sort of been developing, but we knew probably wasn't going to be the one, but we started working on that and then kicking around ideas and even reading other people's screenplays, but I don't know, he came up with the idea for The Machine, and then I went away for the weekend and came up with the idea for just the scenario, basically. And then it was a ridiculously fast writing process. I think we outlined in 2 weeks, and then wrote it in a week. And then we got notes over the course of that month, but not that much changed, really. I don't ever expect to write a screenplay that fast again. I don't know why it happened that way. I mean, really, like usually it takes me 6 months minimum to get it together. But yeah, we start with a note card outline on a big wall. And, usually, especially with this, we wanted to feel surprised by the twists. So we would start with sticky notes and just kind of go and wander off until it got either boring or confusing to the point where we didn't like it anymore. And we'd backtrack until it was working, and it sort of formed this like sideways tree on the wall. And eventually, one plot line managed to go all the way to the end of the wall, and then we knew, okay, I think we have a movie now.